Yes. Steve, do you have anything to say on the top 5 worst Rage Championship matches?
I absolutely do. First off, who in this room had the most time with the Rage title?
You know what to do.
You know, I just realized he's still Rage champion.
Yes! Yes! We all know what the honorable thing to do here is. Dignity.
You know what you should do? You should defend it. You can do it. Go to the BWA show and defend it against.
I would like to do the easiest thing I'll possibly do.
Was he wrestling in January?
I'll unsheath it for
Oh,
you.
it's either going to be Stone or Raw.
No, put it
I'll
back.
unsheath it for
This is
you.
what you do.
Just leave it there. Leave
I
it
let
there.
Rob win.
He has to redeem his
Give
own
Rob
honor.
race.
Yes,
Just know the option. All right.
Okay, so
First off, I would like to start with the easiest thing ever.
Oh, boy.
And let's first highlight all of the groundbreaking, innovative, incredible moments of the Rage title clip. Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright, this is a fucking travesty.
Oh, boy.
What the fuck possessed you? I am so happy I left. Oh my god, who gets exposed to this and use it, really?
Yes.
pretty much the show after is when Charles like, yo, my
Cut
boy's
my
the
wrist.
Rage Champion.
Oh god.
Cut my
When
wrist.
have you ever done a Charles idea?
Anytime that I did, I think I was pretty upset about what happened with the outcome.
Why would you do that? Why would you do that? You're like the guy who gets shocked by putting his fucking finger in an outlet and goes, I wonder what happens if I put my dick in there.
I did feel a little bit bad about Sly not being the champion anymore, so I was probably more lenient to that idea.
I did feel a little bit bad about someone in Dark Force not having every title. Yeah, okay. We done with that bullshit?
Yeah, we are.
Fuck out of here with that bullshit.
Considering all of them live in different states now, I think
This
it's
is
fine.
Steve's house, sort of. Anyway, first off, let's just go to number 5.
My handwriting is so bad.
Valdezi
Versus Z Pigmen.
versus John versus the best friend squad. I don't know what the fuck BFS means.
Best friends ever.
Alright.
How we battle for supremacist.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Why would you have this match?
Because Valdez opened his mouth.
First off, Valdez.
Fuck.
He wanted to lose the title.
Fuck.
We clip that in? Okay.
Clip that earlier.
Fuck.
I understand. This is before you perfected your signature submission, the monologue. But this was definitely a failed attempt at it. Yo, we should give Dom the title that I have. I would totally like to lose to somebody who, oh my god, what the fuck am I saying?
Fuck.
I'm a little upset you listen to me on that, but then you don't listen to me later on.
What about Neo being commissioner?
Fuck.
This is better than Tainted.
Wrestling in a Rage match?
Alright. This,
That wasn't my idea though.
honestly,
That wasn't my idea though.
I wish,
Fuck.
even though I'm a Mets fan, I wish the Mets weren't doing well right now, so I could say that this match was the New York Mets of the BWA.
Aren't they choking right now?
It doesn't matter, they got the pennant locked, who cares?
Yeah, we can lose it right now. The games don't matter.
Oh.
The playoffs start mattering next week.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
They're like on vacation already. Like, yeah, we're in the playoffs. We can lose all we want in September.
We in the playoffs.
Yeah, New York.
The only thing that this match raised the bar for was the quality of our Botchmania videos.
Oh, man.
I think that
Steve
this
called them
match has
Botchmania,
been
by
in
the way.
Botchmania more than almost any other match we have.
No, that would be the,
I said almost.
that would be the hardcore hell match with you sticking the hockey stick on Paul's ass. I think that was in like 3 different videos.
Yeah, but that was great.
Yes, it was. That's actually in the last
That's what
hardcore
JJ
show.
beat us with the 50-foot ball.
No, that's the other one. You buy the hardcore DVD. Trust me when I
Was
tell
that the one
you.
where Johnny K got hunted with a spear?
No, that's also in a different match.
Oh my god.
The javelin exists.
That's also in there. Everyone's got their phones out while Steve talks.
Yes.
All looking for pictures of Snake Raper.
I'm writing my notes.
I'm downloading the sound off right now.
Oh, nice.
But this match was just shit. Soup to nuts, it was shit. It took someone who wasn't ready for a title that should have never been.
Oh God.
and you put those two elements together.
That's so mean. Even John didn't want the title.
No, I didn't.
That's what I mean. You literally, you ass raped about. You know what?
Literally.
Kill him with it first, then yourself. Because you deserve retribution for that. Why would you do that to someone? Why?
It was the state of the times, man. Everyone was the race champion.
And one day, if you can get lucky enough, this rage title can be yours, man.
Everyone was having bad matches.
Number 4. Oh God. Diet Tyrant, JJ, and Valdez. Why did you expose yourself to the Rage title so much? I'll get a bigger sword if you need one.
Why are you the Rage champion?
Yeah, like
Why didn't Steve change up the numbers on my list?
what are you doing?
I believe these numbers.
Number 4.
No, because you know what? There's only a certain amount that you can dissect the sheer suck that was this title. I mean, even the 5 best that we're going to go through are still going to be heinous examples of failure.
I certainly hope not.
All right. I mean, JJ did not take this seriously, and we all know when JJ doesn't take something seriously, it becomes a Clockwork Orange promo. It's needlessly violent, insane.
No, keep going.
If you want to use the bathroom, I'll let you go into a monologue.
Oh boy.
Anyway,
All right, so as soon as Steve's done, we'll
Clip
let.
to James putting the camera on the bathroom
First
door.
off-
I'm on the other side.
as a general rule of sound wrestling, right? If something fails, you do not try to redo it. Even if it's your finishing move, and you botch it, and just can't pull it off or can't do the lift, you don't go, alright, let's do it one more time. You don't, because that looks sloppy. You do something different. You change it up, and you try and move on with the traction of the match. You don't redo the finish.
Unfortunately, having to because of storyline reasons. And Marcus should know not to get pinned when he's not supposed to get pinned. I'll get pinned. Damn it.
First off,
Marcus didn't mind losing.
the ref could have done something. The cameraman could have done something. In that situation, you move the camera behind the ref, and you have the ref pretend it was a close 2 count.
Yeah, the ref fucked up too just by counting.
Yeah, people have to have better ring... Like, the ring presence all around was sloppy. I'm sorry. The camera work was sloppy.
Hey!
The announcing...
Hey!
You let this happen. There are a lot of ways
supposed
that
to be
through
good.
ring awareness, the ref, the camera, and the fucking announcer could
about we
prevent
just don't do the
you
match?
from having to redo the final, to prevent this
We
farce.
did get a lot better at that in like late 2010, 2011. Like I could save a whole lot of matches with just moving the
this
camera
finish,
away.
The cameraman should have moved angles. The announcer should have said, "Oh, that's a close one,"
Well, back-
from the ref, and the ref could have had the awareness to be like, "This isn't how the match ends. Let me do something. I mean, for God's sake, choke or something. I don't care what you do."
Maybe I just wasn't on my game that day.
The point is, this match is bad because it not only highlights a failure of the wrestlers involved in the match, it highlights the failure of the ring staff themselves.
We should have been a better staff.
I'm sorry, but this is one of the few times that people outside the match are just as responsible as people
not
inside
allow
the
people
match.
to pass.
Nick's making that face again.
What's that face?
This is when Steve talks.
Shut up. It's true.
Number 3 of James's list.
Apple pie.
No, I'm gonna switch.
He's number 3 up on this list.
Yes. Monoxide.
The Oudrouge match.
The outrage. Oh no, this is defying the odds.
Oh God! Wait a minute.
Did you just refer to the same match twice?
You can't use the same match twice.
This isn't the same match twice.
Right, you were talking about the triple threat.
Yeah. No,
Oh.
look.
Okay, yeah.
Monoxide and Big John.
Oh yes. Oh yeah, you're
When
right.
did I mention that?
No,
Earlier. But there was another person involved.
Did you earn the
Best
friendship
Friends
title, by the way?
Society.
No, I did not. I had my one run with it, and then I was on to other things.
How are you still the
Didn't you held it twice?
Yeah.
You were a
Yes, I
two-time
did.
race
Yes, I
champion.
was two-time race
Don't try to
champion.
lie. You were still the race
You've been
champion.
the race champion since 2013, damn it.
You still have the
beat my man's
belt.
record?
Oh man.
You want the longest rating and the... no, you're not. The cancellation is.
God.
This is a cancer patient?
No, he
I would have picked him. He has to be dead at this point. He has to be dead. All right, I'm the longest running race champion of all time.
You don't know. That race title do fucked up things.
Fuck you.
Alright.
Fuck up
Show
your
up
life.
Really? The one match you wrote nothing about? You literally wrote sink or swim and light ball goes off. The fuck is this, Dragon Ball Z?
So, I don't give a shit I'm counting that. That's
All
number 3. Not on number 2.
Monoxide Big John. First off,
First
Dom.
they dropped the light ball.
No. First off, Dom. You didn't learn the first time with Dom. You didn't learn about the first Dom title failure. You pulled.
Why are you yelling at him?
Big John has held it. Kid Fury has held it.
Big John's like,
John,
switch.
I'll get to you in a minute.
Hold on, you know what? You just
I'm not done yelling
You
at
talked all
him.
that shit the last match. You just replayed the finish just now. Okay? No, you should have had the ref fix it. That's John.
Guess what? He said something, and no. I'm looking at Valdez because you literally pulled a Valdez and you went back to the same shitty concept twice.
Fuck.
What?
How did I
Talking
do
about the
that?
Rage title. I'm talking about Dom. Rage title.
Oh, yeah, because he came back from fucking leaving and we had nothing for him, so we put
I
him
mean, the
against
guy
the
who comes here to steal moves and go back to where he goes.
That's the guy.
Come back a second and a third time.
Yeah, that he does that
Yeah.
stuff.
Did he did a
is
promo
America.
about coming back, facing me for the Rage title?
I think so, yeah. I will face you and beat you because I hate you.
Did he come? Wait. Did he come back and did a promo, wanted to face me for the Race title?
I want to settle my score with Big John very well.
Rage champion.
I mean, a very common theme with Big John is if you set him up to fail, he will fail fucking miserably. And if you set him up to succeed, he will always outstrip your expectations.
Damn Havoc match.
You put Big John in the ring with Dom for what could basically be called the Benny Hill Clusterfuck Comedy Hour title. Of course you're gonna get shit. Of course you are. You're
Poor
setting
John.
him up for failure.
They wanted to have the match. They were able to take at least more moves than Brian could take. It could have been good, but they fucked up a little bit.
Alright, John, the sword's here for you too.
Yeah,
Okay.
I killed myself. I don't get one.
Yeah, nah, I
You shouldn't be able to
deserve
check your car either.
it. Okay.
Number 1.
This is the 6-man, oh my god. Outrage. I'm outraged now.
This Outworld match with Scorpion and Sub-Zero and Shang Tsung.
We have Scorpio, Sub-Zero.
Oh, speaking of
Goddamn, blah, blah, blah.
speaking of that, does anybody notice that Marcus's entire like persona and moveset and taunts and everything is just the entire Mortal Kombat 2 game?
Yes.
Anybody? Anybody knows the entire Mortal?
He was
Every
Shao
taunt.
Kahn one year for the Halloween show. He was Shao Kahn that year, 2009.
And he kept saying I was not Shadow Kong.
Shadow Kong.
I was not Farrakhan.
No, my bad. That was 2010.
Yeah, and
2000.
he was Shang Tsung from Mortal Kombat 2
Right.
in 2011.
Yes. Yo, might.
He was Cabal in 20. Fuck year that was.
2009 was the year that everybody shitted on him.
Where everybody was Marcus.
Everybody.
Why was Steve not in that match?
Yeah. That shit.
That was one of the most fun matches I've ever been
And
in.
the best part is Marcus still to this day don't get it. He still doesn't get
What
it.
does he mean by diddly?
What is the hand over me? I don't know. I'm a puppet. I don't get it. Tyrant's hand, no. He's patting me on the back.
He's patting you on the back. Yes, he's patting you on the back.
Fuck it. We should have time. Let's show that fucking. Let's show that match.
Oh yeah, this is a hole. Which one do you start first? Baby, I'm gonna do another suplex. I can do it. Hold on, we're gonna have a dance off.
We
That
have
was metaphysical. That was existential.
Neo
That was
Genesis.
magnanimous.
Jose doesn't learn his lesson, Valdez.
Oh, God.
I will be in this multi-man match with Hazard.
J fucking J. The Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Yes.
Failure
So,
on a Stick. Dumb Monoxide.
The roll of paper
And
towel.
whoever the fuck the PSG Art Center is.
Prince J, go ahead.
I can't do it. I can't
take
do it.
I can't take
Trenchcoat Ortega's was funny. This is pathetic.
This is true.
this. Is so true.
Okay.
Who was
Did
Prince
anybody
J.
lose?
Goya?
It was Hazard with the mask on.
First off, Neo and Dom.
You remember him?
Already, you put Neo and Dom together. You put two people who don't perform and can't correct it together. You already started with hopelessness.
Misery.
We have.
As
we
soon as you
have.
Agony.
You started with hopeless when you
Pain.
said for the Rage title.
Yes.
Okay.
We have.
You know something
Look
you
at
don't
Nick.
hear? You notice how you don't
That
hear
was
his
so
name in these
mean.
matches?
We have.
You know that?
We have the Monoxide from Philip Morris versus Logic e-cigarette. Obviously, the cleaner choice.
I was busy. Yes.
I was only busy.
No, I think you were actually wrestling Max Owen that day.
All right.
Axel. Busy.
Can we do an
Now,
outrage match?
I will
At the
agree
beginning of January?
100% with the
For the pride
previous.
title?
Come on.
I will agree 100%.
We do it for the pride title, but I won already.
I will agree. I will absolutely agree with the previous opinion on this match. That the finish
we
was
could go
good
nice as
because the
outrage.
match ending was the best part of it.
Which is true. Like,
Valdez, John.
and that was one of the longer ones too. I think that was like 30 minutes.
We could probably get Quinn Cage.
Okay, now if I
We could
can
do some
find
shit.
the rest of this shit.
And they actually corners, so it make more sense.
Number one is missing.
Me?
Yeah, James, you never gave me
You
any.
never give him.
John.
Hello.
You're a rat bag.
Want to get to be in anything?
I never give him a number
You
one.
gotta be on commentary.
What is your number one?
Commentating.
Oh yeah.
Gotta be on commentary
Okay.
for that.
Yeah.
Now,
I don't get to wrestle anybody.
number one is Philip fucking Morris versus Adam Goddamn Payne.
Now tell me why, Steve. Why do you feel this way?
I lost to an Irish man.
That's the start. Losing to an Irish whip.
Nick lost to an Irish guy that day. No, I'm kidding.
I've never seen
No, he won.
Philip Morris or Adam Payne
And I'll be honest about that.
do anything that I want to remember. There are things I do remember. I
wanted
just
to go
don't
home.
want to.
I really wanted to go home.
This
John was about to quit BWA.
this
Like
match,
that's not even. That's a
this
shame.
match was promo to performance, destined to fail. Again,
That's what I said.
James, what are you doing to people?
Well, it's funny you should ask. I
'Cause you kinda
had the
make me
Rage
cry.
title. No, hold your applause.
In the inside.
I was in this feud with Marcus. Mr. I don't want that shit. So, I wanted to lose to Marcus to, give him more steam to lose to Nick, because that's the idea. And losing the belt to him made sense, but I don't want to be the champion, and I don't want anybody to beat Marcus. So we did something where I'm going to give it to my boyfriend. Everybody has their shot. And then,
Get to that.
then out
Wait,
comes...
is his boyfriend Tyron to this?
No, this is
Oh, they-
his new boyfriend. They broke up.
Oh.
So then he goes to give it to, it's like they come out, they cut a promo.
Poor Avalanche.
I'm going to give this belt to you and bestow it upon you. And Nick comes out, you can't do that. But in this case, we're going to allow it because you're going to defend the belt right now. And we thought Philip Morris was going to be around, come to the last show, maybe lose to Heavy
that
D,
his last match?
do all the fucking reunion shows. No, the last performance of his was in the Gang Rules. So it had a greater purpose, but unfortunately it didn't work out.
So
So,
if Philip Morris would have wrestled again, he would have had to defend the Rage title.
that's right.
So he quit.
All
Okay.
right. So the Rage title, in summary of its worst moments, the only title where it's considered an act of prestige to lose it. The only title where, if you have a match with this title, even if it's to push somebody else, you are bottom card. You could have the world title and be bottom card just by touching one of these matches. If you are announcing one of these matches,
Hey.
it will hurt your soul.
Well, it did on a couple
I
of occasions.
legitimately want Valdez to commit suicide. Because he had this title.
I do it
He
for
still
you.
has this title.
He still has.
I
He is
do
the
it.
current race champion.
I do it for you.
I will drop.
I actually wrestled you while you were champion with this title. And made a stipulation that if I win, I don't get the Rage title.
Oh man.
So does that conclude your list, Steve?
That concludes. Oh God, how bad was 2009?
Pretty bad. I wanted to talk about it in a show, but Nick doesn't.
That concludes the round.
Listen.
the round table on how
Tell me,
bad 2009
Timeline
sucked.
history of BWA 2009 with Jose Valdez. I'm telling you, we can do this.
What? So who can buy the DVD? Jose Valdez?
Yeah.
He's trying to sell DVDs.
Buy a DVD of yourself, by yourself, for yourself.
Well, that brings us
Breeze?
to the first Rage champion. That brings us to Misato.
So you were the first.
Oh, Nicky.
Where's the sword?
So,
Because he never went back.
what is your top 5 worst Rage championship match?
So the Rage title, like we were saying, was supposed to be the under the attitude belt, like mid-card belt, to be used to propel people from nothing, like new people, to the ability to hold the higher titles.
Wrong.
Yes.
Over, the problem with that is that you can't, when you have a limited roster, you can't afford to give double duty to the people on the top or take them away from the spaces on the top of the card because we don't have people to replace them. And we take away from the good stuff that could be happening here to try to infuse the bottom with good stuff. Now, when we did it with the hardcore title and we put people from the top into that mix for a little bit, it does add some more legitimacy to where you see those matches being billed as the main event, really. Like, that's the last thing we're filming.
Mm-hmm.
A, because the cops are going to come. We have to. We do everything else first so that we don't get ruined. And then B, though, because there is a certain draw to it and people want to sit and watch people get hit with weapons.
Yeah.
Whether it's a good match or a bad match, you could still put that ahead of it, even though you're not putting your A game forward.
Mm-hmm.
I love the hardcore title.
Hi, Ugo.
So the problem with it is that you're putting people without experience against people without experience, or people without skill against people without experience, or people without skill versus people without skill. Because they don't have the skill or the experience to go anywhere else.
Oh God.
My number 5.
Nick didn't waste time, waste paper on the Rage team.
No. I wasted digital space in my phone doing this thing.
And then afterwards he could delete it.
Disrespect.
Can't delete that,
Valdez
shame.
versus Dom versus John.
Oh, wow, that was on everybody's list.
I will agree with this one. But I have it at number 5 because, like I said, I liked the Valdez psychology in it, trying to pit them against each other. I think that you could have had a stronger finish. I think that you could have had a stronger match by marshalling it a little bit more, because the idea is good in your head, right? In theory,
Yeah.
like using the psychology to pit them against each other, but that removes you from the picture, which is what is necessary to hold it together. You can't spend too much time on them facing each other.
Yeah.
And I thought it really should have been them teaming up on you. And then you can use the ability to divide them against each other and tell a little bit more of a story, which is hard to do, but it involves you doing work the entire time, and then towards the end, pin them against each other. But then you would win ultimately by pinning them against each other. That's the only way that works. And so I like it, but I don't like it because ultimately it doesn't work.
Well, it's Dom's one, so.
But it's number 5. It's not as bad as the next one. For the same reason, Dom versus John by themselves. Without experience, you can't expect a quality product. And then without skill, you can't expect a quality product. Right? So, like I was saying before about chemistry, right? If you put 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen, or 1 hydrogen and 2 oxygen, right? H2O.
That's 2
2 hydrogen, 1 oxygen. You make water. If you add 1 more oxygen molecule, you get peroxide. If you drink peroxide, you die. Right? So very, very small change will kill you. Not having Valdez in this match, trying to let them run against each other for a second time, you're only hurting yourself. Phil versus Adam Payne.
You just have to know when to go for it.
I hate one-move matches.
Just now.
The outrage matches.
Oh my god, that was quick.
My comments were quicker than the match. The outrage matches, anytime we see more than 2 people in a match, you add. It gets exponentially more complicated. Triple threat match is that much harder to work than a one-on-one match, and then a fatal 4-way match is that much harder to work.
And a Texas Tornado 20-man tag match.
And once you start, even though there's only 2 people in the ring, the ability to tag and constantly switch people doesn't work unless everybody can work with each other.
Have we ever had a lumberjack match?
We didn't have enough people.
Yeah. So the problem is that if people
lumberjack match in RCW.
It doesn't work in any of the formats because you're not using people with chemistry. And obviously, even if you had a veteran in there, the veteran can't spend the whole time in the match. Everybody else has to get their time in, and inevitably you're going to botch, and you're not going to have any psychology because you don't have someone marshalling the match, you don't have anyone leading anyone, you just have people trying to both do their own thing, which doesn't lead to anything good. You need planning. Or you need to be able to work together through experience to make it look like it's planned.
That's right.
Number 1.
7.
John vs. Pie Man.
Ah, yeah. Nick, agree with me. John looks like a mad frog.
Don't worry, John. We're going to get to the good part of the list.
Yes.
That's a good part.
Yeah, that's the second half. Right?
What?
Get the bad out of the way. And then,
I forgot how the show works.
Even the good is bad.
you don't know that. You didn't watch the matches.
But knowing they exist stained my soul.
Steve, if you would have watched the matches.
Cry.
Oh, well, if you just watch this DVD, you're going to love it. So, going on.
I'm in a lot of pain.
So, we understand that Pie Man's high marks on any list comes from the fact that he shoots funny promos and says things that are inappropriate to Marcus, right? So we like that, right? But that doesn't ever transmute itself into quality wrestling. If you're not giving John something good to work with, right? So like if you're asking him to model you a sculpture and you're handing him sand, right? He can barely build a sandcastle if you don't give him any water to mix with that sand. Dry sand isn't going to build shit. So the wrestling, basically like pile of dry sand with a pile of dry sand. Just sand. Would have been better off just filming the sand.
Yeah. Look how pretty out of walk. Like, look how pretty the sand is. Yeah.
So
See how pretty it is. Look how pretty it is.
the Rage title was a difficult concept to actualize because of what it's supposed to represent and what we're putting into it, right? I think, though, now, when you look at the reunion shows, right, all of the matches are quality matches.
Yeah.
Right? Does anyone
That's right.
disagree with me?
No.
Even a Rage title match would be a quality match because everyone now has experience and skill, right? And we're not letting Neo wrestle. We're not doing any of that anymore. Like, we only have people who know how to wrestle now. So, like, now, we can now look back on matches we can potentially do and make it respectable through the idea that we now have skilled wrestlers working for any title. Titles are meaningful no matter what title they are, even if you don't like it. I hate the hardcore title. I have equal hatred for the Rage title, but that's because I was never invested in it.
The hardcore title changed the game.
The Rage title.
It's the best DVD ever.
No,
It just wasn't a
the
positive
Rage
thing.
title killed the game.
Yeah, it killed
The
the
Rage
game.
title is the reason
killed
the
my
game's
spirits.
quad was fucked up.
I couldn't even get laid off that.
You say the Rage title is the reason you're still a virgin?
That concludes my comments. Clip.
Normally, you're used to seeing me and I'm Black Dragon. Very rarely do you see Maurice Jones. I was asked if I'm going to drink tonight. Well, there's a good question. Now, they can come down. I don't care. Go. Am I going to drink tonight? I don't drink. I don't partake in libations. But am I going to drink tonight? Yes. Why? You know how many times I woke up at 7 o'clock in the morning to check to make sure this ring was going to be here? How many times after work I had to check in to make sure who sold tickets? I found the doctor. I found the vet. I did every fucking thing I could, from ordering people's gear to bringing extra gear for other niggas. Salamonster, the Salamonster is here to see me wrestle. I don't get to. It was supposed to be Dragon versus Baby Dragon, and the ring breaks before I get the fuck in the ring. On live radio for the first time since 1952. Woo! You know what we gonna do? We gonna get drunk. We gonna get drunk. We gonna do drugs. We gonna pump bitches. We're going nuts. That's it.